I'm here with Mike Kiss and Ted Sutton of Deadpan PowerPoint. In my opinion, one of the more original concepts and sketch troupes to be performing at this year's Toronto Sketch Comedy Festival. Welcome, fellows.
Hi, Justin. Good to see you.
Hello.
Tell me what you've got in store for audiences this year.
We've got two new lectures and one of our popular lectures from a few years back. I don't want to give anything away, but we're doing a profile of the sketch comedian, also instructing people on how to create the ultimate sandwich. And for our opening lecture, we thought we were actually appearing at a kennel, not a sketch comedy venue. So our first lecture really is what we had planned for a bunch of dogs to come out and see us. We really thought we'd be lecturing to dogs. So we didn't have time to create an entirely new lecture, so we're going to be doing that one. It's just sort of how it goes.
Ted, I've got a question for you. I mean, when you are both basically entirely deadpan, I mean, thus that being the actual definition of the troupe, how do you find chemistry with Mike? How do you define your character within that very strict confine of no personality whatsoever?
I would say there is about zero chemistry between Mike and I. We're playing verbal ping pong, and neither of us are terribly concerned about the outcome of the game. It's just as long as we can keep the ball going. That's sort of the chemistry that we have.
I have to say, I'm continually impressed with the quality of the writing. It strikes me that when you've got a concept where personality, or I should say rather exuberant performance and comedic performance really plays no part in it whatsoever. It relies entirely on the concept and the dialogue and to a certain degree the visuals. How do you find that balance between keeping it lively through purely kind of intellectual means?
To be honest, I don't know how this will sound, but I find it easier than writing actual scenes, because a sort of detached intellectual view that an idiot would take of any sort of situation is sort of what we try to start with this act. So it's not too difficult to imagine how a moron would look at a topic and try to be intelligent with it. So it's when we're leaning, as you said, nearly entirely on the writing, it actually, we tend to write toward emotionlessness and all of that, so it becomes very clinical. It's almost like technical writing if the technician were an idiot.
And tell me a bit about your selection of background images, because they're often the counterpoint to the deadpanery, so to speak. What do you use, Google image search? Some of them, I have to say, are absolutely ludicrous.
Yeah.
Where are your sources?
Google Images are typically, that's where we'll look for, like, if we needed for Ultimate Sandwich, if we needed a meat joke, for example, we would look for strange meat or stupid meat or something, and that'll usually, the first pass will give you an idea of what's out there, and then how to refine the search. You just start looking for, honestly, picking the weirdest thing you can imagine, the thing that you think will get the fewest number of hits, and then see what comes out of it. Like, it's really staggering. It's only happened a few times, and I don't know how many hundreds of images we use where we haven't found either exactly what we're looking for or something even stranger. There's just a lot of weird photos out there that people seem to want to post online. I don't understand.
What's the weirdest photo you found that you haven't used in a show?
That's a good question. There haven't been very many, because normally if we find something weird, we'll find a way to write a joke around it. It'll be like, well, we've got to use this. What's our caption to make it relevant to our lecture? I don't think so. When we were doing the wardrobe and artifice of the modern hipster, we found a few hipster photographs that were just really too strange to even be used as part of a hipster lecture that we're sort of holding on to right now. But I don't know. I couldn't say offhand. Do you have any idea?
No. I'm always amazed by the typical Google image search thing. Like, despite whatever search term you put in, like you always have to sort through some sort of erotic photography before you can even find something that you're looking for.
Even sandwiches?
Even yes, everything.
We were looking for drunk Greek statue, drunk Greek, for the lecture we just did tonight, and within the first 5 search returns, there was a hot nun with her breasts rammed out of her outfit, just pulling her top open, breasts out, and just I don't understand. None of these words apply to this image. I don't know why it's
meta tags, my friend. Meta tags.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Ted, you're an accomplished voice actor, and you spend a lot of time behind a microphone in a small, semi-dim booth. How does that experience differ from a live audience, from bringing your performance skills to a real flesh and blood audience?
Well, I get paid for that one, so I'm always happier to see to be there than here. No, but it's actually great. I do enjoy doing this. I don't know. It's actually kind of strange. I don't find it all that different anymore. Like when I was first doing voice acting, I found it very strange because you're sort of in a fishbowl, and people are staring at you, and you feel kind of awkward to make hand gestures or to get into what you're doing. So I've kind of used my experience doing live things where everyone and like tonight people were within 6 feet of us. I kind of used that in the voice acting world to sort of lose my inhibitions. So yeah.
Much appreciated for your time, fellas.
Yeah,
good luck. And before we go, I would be remiss to ask you if people want to see the brilliance that is Deadpan PowerPoint. Where and when are you performing?
We are performing Saturday at 9 p.m. at Comedy Bar, along with Jape and Charles.
Fantastic. Thanks again.
Thank you.